Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Teaching Partner. Today I am going to discuss with you the importance of lesson objective and how to write down. As you know, a good lesson plans will have perfectly aligned objectives, activities and assessment. To be very honest, in the beginning of my teaching career, I was thinking that objectives are not very important. I know my lessons, my students know what we are teaching and learning, why we need to specify or write an objective. But now I realize it is really very important. Why they are important? You can easily measure the progress of the students from one specific point to another specific point. If you're not writing your clear objectives, so you will not able to measure the progress of the students. Before going to in detail what to measure, how to measure, why it is important, let's talk about the characteristics of a good lesson objective. The good lesson objective should be observable. So if anyone attend your lesson, he should easily observe like what is your objective, and it should be measurable. What do you mean by measurable? For example, if you say that my student should understand, so the word understand is not measurable. No one can measure that a student understood or not. But instead of this, if you write down, my student should be able to define a certain definition, so that define is clearly measurable. Number two, your lesson objective should be unambiguous. It should be very clear and you should use the easy words on that. No need to write down very complex sentences because you need to share this with your students. So it should be unambiguous to everyone. Number three, definitely should be result oriented, very clearly written from your side, and it should be specific to your topic and your target. Similarly, it should be measured not only quantitative but also qualitative criteria. How much lesson you covered and what was your objective. Either your objective is very higher order or your objective is really low, or it depends on the audience, it depends on the content, it depends on the teaching strategy. Your objective should communicate a very successful learning in terms of the verbs, in terms of the action of the students. And finally, it should be written in terms of students' performance, not the trainer or teacher's performance. Let me tell you quickly how to write an ideal lesson objective. Remember guys, there are four distinct components you need to remember. Number one is audience. Usually it's your students, your trainees are the audience. Number two is the behavior. What action students are doing, like they are defining, they are aligning, they are summarizing, they are explaining, whatsoever behavior you're using should be there in your lesson objective. Usually we are going to take it from Bloom's taxonomy. Don't worry, I will share you a lot of links in the description which will make easier to research more about it. The third part of the lesson objective should be a condition, like what teaching strategy or what material you are going to use. So condition will show what material, what strategy, what methodology you are adopting to deliver your lesson. So for example, you are using a website, you are using a book article, you are using a blog, or using brainstorming strategy, mutual discussions, group discussions. So it's about strategy or material you use in the lesson. The last part of the lesson objective is a degree. It means that how much accurate, what is the quality standard, or you can write about time as well. It will be very clear in my next slide because I'm going to share you an example that makes it very clear. So at the end of your lesson, trainees, so this trainees is my audience, as I told you already, be able to differentiate, that is a behavior, between intangible and tangible support by using a web article. So here my condition, I'm using a web article, and so this will be my condition. And finally, what is my degree? Within assigned time correctly is my degree. If you notice it, it is ABCD. That is called ABCD lesson objective model. You can find on internet easily about ABCD. It's very famous and standardized. So audience, behavior, condition and degree. This example I hope will make you very clear. Let me quickly make another example. At the end of the lesson, my student should be able to define the nature of light by using a web blog individually. So this can be also your lesson objective. So don't forget ABCD, audience, behavior, condition, degree. If you make it more easier, who is attending lesson is audience, what action your students are performing is the behavior, what material or strategy you are using, it is condition, how much accurate and time consuming is that, it will be considered as the degree. Just want to give you a touch about Bloom's taxonomy verbs. In Bloom's taxonomy, there are different level of measuring how much students achieved. It's only till knowledge, or they understand, or they apply, they analyze, they evaluate, or they create. So you can use these verbs. It is easily available and searchable in internet. I will also share with you some links for that. There are a lot of more revised Bloom's taxonomies there. Finally, I will share you some subject-wise objectives to make it more clear. For example, subject of art, subject of English, subject of science, and so on. I will share with you some subject-wise objective which will help you to make your lesson objective easily and correctly. Thank you very much for your time and your listening. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it is informative. Don't hesitate to write down any comment in the comment section. And if you are looking or seeking a guidance in this regard, feel free to contact me through comment section. Take care of yourself, guys. See you in the next video. Goodbye.